Good morning, ladies. Welcome to our Wednesday workout. Beautiful day out there. A little chilly this morning, but it's shaping up to be a gorgeous day. So I hope you can get outside and enjoy it at some point. Maybe some of you already have. Do a walk, get on your bike, whatever it is you can do outside. Today's a great day for it. Anyway, let's get started with a step, hip opener. Nice big step, step, and then chest opener, circle, circle. All right? Two muscle groups that tend to be shortened throughout the day. Step, opening up the hips, circle, circle, opening up the chest and shoulders. Good. Nice big step. You can get that cue on, please. Thank you. Circle, circle. Thank you. Step, and opening up the chest. Nice and tall. Great. Nice big circle. Two more. Opening up those hips. Opening up that chest. Awesome. Step, and circle, circle. Great. Let's go to a hip hinge.
Step one.
Hands behind the hips, shoulders down. Knees are a little bit soft here. As your hips, your chest goes forward and you hinge from the hips, you should feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And at the same time, with your hands behind your back, you are opening up that chest. Make sure you're squeezing the glutes up top, ladies. Really important. Feeling the hamstring stretch, and then firing up those glutes. Great. Coming up. Leading with that chest. Getting into a breathing pattern here. So inhaling here, and exhaling to come up. Let's do two more. Squeezing the glutes. Last one. Excellent. Feet nice and wide now, parallel feet.
Begin set two.
Still opening up the hips, working on an inner thigh stretch here as you lean to one side, pushing the hips way back. Mindful of that knee never going past the foot. You want to protect the knee here, okay? Feeling a nice inner thigh stretch. Going to that other side, same thing. Making sure the knee doesn't go past the foot. And then we're going to pick it up a little bit faster. Dynamic warm up here, side to side. And you can modify that range of motion as you need to, but you should be feeling that nice inner thigh stretch as you push those hips back, all right? Chest stays up if you can.
Exercise.
Let's do a few doubles here or pulses. Pulse. Pulse, good. Pulse. Pulse, two more. Pulse. Pulse, nice. All right, we're gonna do a opposite arm and leg reach. So get a little balance going here. Knee right in front of the hip. Hand right over the shoulder if you can get it there, okay? And then you're gonna pick that up a little bit. Remember, with any balance exercise, focusing on a spot in front of you, really helpful to keep that balance. Here you wanna be nice and tall, really reaching towards that ceiling as you raise those knees up nice and high. Good. Phew. Excellent.
Stop exercise.
All right, we're going to do a little out, in with the legs. Kind of a little foot agility, out, in, okay? Out, in. Now, if you want to make this, I like to keep my arms moving here. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging,
Begin set
you can go into a little bit of a mini squat here. Just make sure those knees don't come forward. And you feel a little more of the glutes. Nice. If your knees don't like that, stand back up, but you're moving those feet. Let's switch. Which foot is leading? This is a little more challenging. So this time my left foot leading. Good. Brain work too. Nice. Keeping those quick feet. Quick feet.
Stop exercise and switch to the next.
We're going to start today with the push-up wall sit combination. So push-ups can be on the mat, on a bench, on a counter, on the floor. I already said that. If you have some raised up. I'm going to do on the bench today. We're going to do two sets of push-ups.
Set one.
And then we're going to take a break. So remember, push-ups are moving planks. Hands outside the shoulders. Chest leading the way. You're in that plank position. Keeping the glutes nice and tight. Head Head and neck nice and neutral here. Exhaling as you push away, working chest and triceps. Abs and glutes nice and tight.
Stop, exercise.
Now, if some of you have a finicky shoulder, push-ups don't work for you, you have two options. You can lie on your back and do a closed press like this, which is a little more shoulder friendly with your weights. So you're still pushing motion. Or you can do a triceps.
Begin set
Kickback.
2.
Okay? Set number 2, here we go. Hands just outside the shoulders, leading with the chest. Plank position. Chest leading the way. Everything else follow along. Keeping the abs nice and tight. Keeping the glutes nice and tight. Woo! Chest and triceps.
Stop, exercise.
Nice work, ladies. Okay, I'm going to shed this. So because a lot of people have shoulder and or wrist issues, I'm going to superset the push-up to the wall sit. Okay? Which means we're going to go to a wall sit next.
Begin
Okay?
set 3.
I'm going to grab some weights. Here's my wall, okay? Abs nice and tight. Shoulders down. I'm having trouble breathing this mask because I'm getting my heart rate up. All right, so as low as you can go to a 90-degree here. If you have sensitive knees, you can go a little higher, okay? If you're able to go to 90, you're going to go to 90. 90 degrees here. Abs are nice and engaged. Holding extra weight if you can. And for those of you who are two setters, I'm going to go ahead and go through 2 sets. I invite you to join me. If you need a break, now's the time. Quick break. And then coming down into your wall sit in, let's say 3,
Begin
2,
set 4.
1. Here we go. Awesome. So think about your weight being back in your heels. Shoulders down, chest open. Quads should really be feeling this now. Working hard. Keeping the core engaged, breathing. Woo! And then we'll go back to another 2 sets of push-ups, finish up with the wall, or the pull as it may be. So remember with the push-ups, I want you to feel challenged with whatever version you're doing. So if you're on a
Stop,
counter,
exercise, and switch to the next step.
if you're on a counter and you're feeling like it's not that hard, move the feet back. It is a moving plank. So if you're on the floor and you're able to do it on your feet, awesome. If you're on your knees, that's fine too, but I want to make sure you're nice and challenged. Okay, for me, the bench is nice and challenging. Hands outside the shoulders, abs and glutes nice and tight. Leading with the chest. Again, chest and triceps, the primary movers here. And you're exhaling on that push. Head and neck, stay neutral, all right? I'm not leading with my head. I'm leading with my chest. And exhale. Nice.
Exercise.
Another thing to keep in mind in the push-ups, you want to think of your elbows being an arrow and not here, okay? That's going to be helpful for the shoulders. So elbows kind of in an arrow position, and hands can be as wide or as narrow as you like.
Set 2.
We're going to stick to shoulder width apart now, which is a tiny bit narrower than we were doing, or that I was doing, which is going to be a little bit more triceps oriented, a little bit more challenging. Abs and glutes nice and tight. Keeping that plank position, leading with the chest. Woo! There's your exhale.
Stop, exercise.
Now you can see I was going to fatigue there. Hopefully you are too. All right, let's go back to the wall. This time I'm going to throw in some arm curls with my weights. So I invite you to join me with that, if you're up for it. All right, sliding
Begin
down.
set 3.
Abs nice and tight. Shoulders down. I'm just gonna do a hammer curl to start and slowly lower with control. Again, weight should be mostly your heels. You're pulling that navel in. Lowering the weight with control, working those biceps. Elbows stay right by my sides. They're not moving away like this. Okay? Breathing. Slowly lower.
Exercise.
All right, there's your break if you need it. I have to do this. Okay, set number 2 coming up. I invite you to join me to go through the break if you're not fatigued. If you took the break, please join me now for set 4.
Begin set
Here we go.
4.
Arm curl or not. Abs are engaged. Quads working hard. Weight back in the heels. Woo! Working the biceps. All right, let's pump it now. Alternating simultaneously with those arms. Add a little bit more of a cardio component here. Beautiful. Woo! Nice work, ladies. Oh yeah, we got it going on. We got the quads on fuego.
Stop exercise.
We got the biceps,
To the
2,
next station.
1, working, well done. Okay, let's set these down. Take a quick sip of water. Next up, we're gonna do balance core exercise. I'm gonna hold a small weight with this. Standing cross crunch. This can be done without a weight. Here's your motion, meeting in the center at the navel as you contract the abs and opening up, okay? If you have a shoulder issue, use no weight, or you can hold the weight lower. If your shoulders are good, you're gonna hold that weight right here like Statue of Liberty, bent arm. Good, contracting and opening up. Now, you wanna try and balance here. So if you have to touch down, that's okay, but I want you focusing on that spot in front of you so that you can balance.
Stop exercise.
Meeting here, contracting the abs, opening up. One more, contract the abs, opening up. Great, switching sides. So it doesn't matter how long you balance for, even if it's for a couple of seconds, that's okay. But I want you to really focus on that spot in front of you and try to balance. Contracting the abs there, opening up, touching down if you need to here, okay? If not, staying on the one leg. Contracting the abs, so we got core working here. If you've got a little weight, you've got your shoulder working here. And of course, your standing leg working very hard through the ankle, lower leg, and upper leg to balance, okay? And on this, I can feel, I don't know about you, the hip and glute there.
Stop exercise.
And opening up, excellent, okay. Again, however, if you need to be lower here, it's okay. You can lift the leg, smaller movement. I just want you working on a little bit of balance on this single leg, okay? All right, here we go,
Begin
set.
3.
Number 3, okay. Contracting here and opening up. Now notice on the contraction, I'm not collapsing here like this, okay? I'm still staying nice and tall, but I'm just focusing on this cross-body contraction, meeting right at the navel. When I open up, hand is over the elbow, so nice open here. And again, touching down if you need to, that's okay. Focusing on that spot in front of you. You're breathing.
Stop exercise.
Excellent, ladies, switching sides. Well done. Woo! Shake a leg. All right, here we go. Last set. Hands is over the elbow. Nice and open in the chest. Think about that core engagement. Here we go. Meeting at the navel as you contract the abs.
Begin set 4.
Opening up, touching down if you need to. Focusing on that spot in front of you. Whatever it may be, piece of furniture, something fixed. There's your breath. Opening up nice and tall. Excellent, ladies. We're going to do some band work next. For those of you who have a loop band, you're going to grab that loop band and we're going to sit down and put that around your ankles. Last one. Open up.
Stop exercise.
Nice work,
Switch
ladies.
to the
Okay.
next station.
All right, let's grab my loop band. And we're gonna do some band agility with this. Now, band agility not only works the hip and glutes, also works on your agility, foot placement, balance. If for some reason this does not work for you, we're gonna start going forward and back, walking it. If for some reason this doesn't work for you, I invite you to just do a seated clamshell with the band over your knees, okay? Which is also gonna work that hip and glute. If you're good with the band agility, you have two options. You can sort of walk this or jog it, but I want you to keep the tension in that band. I want you to keep the arms moving, and I want you to be on the ball of your feet. All right, so no flat feet here. You're working on agility, you're working the hip and glute.
Stop.
Keeping the abs nice and tight, and you're getting your heart rate up, hopefully. All right, set number 2, we're gonna go side to side. Same thing, you can walk this if it's better for your knees. You can shuffle, a little bit more aggressive.
Set 2.
I gotta watch my bench here, so I'm gonna move up a little bit. And again, I'm still keeping my arms moving here, ladies. Why? Because I wanna get that heart rate up. Good. Still with the balls of my feet, ladies. All right, whether you're walking this or whether you're jogging it, you're on the balls of your feet, you're gonna continue moving. You're keeping tension in that band. Woo! Chest is up and open. Nice. Hip and glutes, starting to really feel it now, I hope. Excellent.
Exercise.
Woo! All right, looks like the ponytail's going up. All right, we're gonna go back to forward and back. I am warming up nicely here. Hopefully you are too. All right, back to forward and back. Keeping the arms moving. Here we go.
3.
Now, if you see me from the side, notice my head is not going up and down. I'm not doing this, okay? I'm staying low. So if you can stay low, you'll really feel it more here. You'll get a lot more out of it. And you're keeping tension in that band whole time. Whole time. So we got hip and glute, and if you're lower, quads are working as well. Nice, ladies. Woo! All right, one more set side to side. How are we doing? Great job. Resetting, always on the break, I want you to relax, especially your head, neck, and shoulders. Set number 4, here we go. We're off to the races. We are moving. Oh, I started a little early. Good. On the balls of your feet. If you're doing a clamshell, feel free to do some pulses. This last set should be challenging. So keeping it open, maybe doing some small pulses. If you're doing this version with me, I want that band tight the whole time. Okay? Woo! Nice, ladies. Keeping the arms moving. Heart rate's up. Hip and glute. Hips and glutes. On fuego.
Stop.
Nice.
And switch
Yeah.
to the next.
We're gonna lose that band. All right, time to go to the mat. And we're gonna do some more abs here. Let me just grab a quick drink. We're gonna start with some bicycles. On the mat, bicycle crunches.
Begin set 1.
If you have a back issue, most of you know the drill here. So our advanced bicycles look like this, shoulder towards the knee stops at the hip. If you need more back support, you're gonna keep one foot down. Lift one leg as you gently reach the opposite shoulder towards this knee. Not a big lift here. This knee should not pass the hip no matter what version you're doing. I want you reaching with the abs, okay? So this will give you more back support, but also can be nice and challenging if you keep the shoulder blades up the whole time, okay? Now, if you have a head and neck issue, I invite you to do dead bug instead, which will take the head and neck out of the equation, and you're bracing with the abs the whole time, okay? All right, set number 2.
Begin set 2.
I'm gonna come up gently, lift the shoulder blades up, shoulder towards the knee, knee stopping at the hip. A lot of people do this, that's wasted motion. I want the abs doing the work here, much more challenging for the abs to stop the knee at the hip and really reach with that shoulder, which in turn is using the abs more. Woo! Slow and controlled. Breathing throughout. I'm not pulling on my head and neck. I actually like to just keep my hands nice and loose.
Stop exercise.
And notice my elbows are open. Again, elbows open tend to keep the shoulders more relaxed and you're not pulling on your head and neck. So some people like to do this. I invite you, if you can, keep those elbows open, all right? And you can do this on the break if that feels good on your back.
Begin set 3.
Here we go, set number 3. Shoulder towards that knee. Slow and controlled. Good. If you're doing dead bug, you're bracing with the abs, just like the bicycle. Woo! Knee stops at the hip, reaching, using those abs. Going for the washboard here, ladies. Washboard abs. Let's see them.
Stop exercise.
Woo! Bring those knees in. Relaxing that head and neck. Little rock here if you like. Great. Relaxing the shoulders. All right, here we go.
Begin set 4.
Final set, ladies. Let's make this count. Make it challenging. Shoulder blades up if you can get them there. If you're doing the march and you're still lifting the shoulder blades up, working not only the rectus abdominis, but also the obliques here on the sides. Excellent, ladies. Last set. Let's push through now. Let's push through. Come on. Don't quit on me here.
Stop exercise and
Nice.
shift to the next station.
I'm officially glowing. I hope you are too. All right, we're going to go to some bridges next. I'm going to start with my feet about hip width apart. Alternative to bridges would be a pelvic tilt, which just requires tilting the pelvis, tightening everything, keeping hips on the ground. Okay, and relaxing. For the bridges, you're going to squeeze the glutes. You're going to come up so that your shoulder, hip, and knee are in a straight line. Okay, you're going to hold there, and you're going to slowly lower. Okay, squeezing the glutes, tucking the tailbone coming up. Now, if you want a little more of a challenge, of course, you can put your arms up, which requires a little bit more core stability. So I want you to be very deliberate here, tucking the tailbone, squeezing those glutes coming up, hold, and slowly lower. Warming up that back, squeezing the glutes, tucking the tailbone, hold. Good.
Stop exercise.
Now, for those of you who want more of a challenge, you can, whatever weights you have, do a weighted bridge, okay? And that's if your back is good and strong and you want more of a challenge. I invite you to put some weights on your hips.
Begin
This time we're going to do a
set 2.
little more of an explosive coming up and slowly lower. Explosive coming up and slowly lower. Now again, this is assuming that your back is good and strong. If you have a sensitive back, stay with the slower bridges without the weights. And you can also hold here, okay, and do a small pulse, really squeezing the glutes. Good. Squeeze, abs are tight. Small pulse, ladies. Hands
Stop
working, glutes
exercise.
working, abs working. Nice, slowly lower. All right, I'm going to go to a single leg. If you want to stick with a double leg, you can stick with your weights, or you can play with the position of your feet, moving your feet together, doing a little more of an inner thigh bridge, squeezing your legs together.
Begin
If you
set
would like
3.
to join me in single leg, we're going to go straight, one leg straight up towards the ceiling, hips nice and even. Now you can hold there, or if you need more of a challenge, arms up and pulsing. Driving through this bent leg. I want you reaching that heel towards the ceiling. Arms up are optional, just for extra challenge. So we are feeling the stretch here, but more importantly, we are driving through that bent leg and feeling hammy and glute, abs
Stop
tight
exercise.
all the time. Let's do 2 more. Switching sides. Best way to rest the hammies, just rest the legs just like that, just like that. Just stretch them out, relax. Great job, ladies. All right, last set here. Abs
Begin set
engaged.
4.
Driving through the left leg this time if you're doing that single leg. Option to hold here if that's challenging enough for you. Or if you want more of a challenge, you're gonna go up and down, pulsing, small movement, reaching that heel towards the ceiling, driving through this leg, this hammy and glute, working hard, abs engaged. Arms can be down or up. You choose the level of difficulty, but I want this to be challenging, ladies. You're here to work, so let's make this count.
Stop exercise and switch to the next
Awesome,
station.
pulling those knees in, well done. Woo! Okay, I believe it's time for planks next. And let me just double check my notes because I can't believe we're already there, but we are, okay? So we're gonna do a front plank today on your forearms. Now
Begin
feel
set
free
1.
to do hands if you need to, raised up on a bench or a chair if you need to, on a counter. You can be on your knees here, just make sure you're in a straight line, knees, hips, shoulders. If your feet are up, reaching for your heels behind you, pulling the abs and squeezing the glutes. And if you can get the hands right in front of your elbows and think about kind of spreading the ground with your hands, that'll keep your shoulders down, your chest open. All right?
Stop exercise.
All right, take a break, go into child's pose. So ladies, I see a lot of losing your form during the planks. So if you truly have that surfboard form, you should be working the shoulders, working the
Begin
chest,
set 2.
core engaged, glutes tight, engaging the glutes and also reaching for the heels again to get those quads firing, all right? So here, I'm gonna add a little knee drop just for some variation. I invite you to join me on that. Notice my hips are not dropping. My head and neck stay neutral. Great job, almost there.
Stop exercise.
Now, for those of you who maybe aren't able to do planks, I should have said this earlier, but you can always do bird dog here, which is a great core exercise as well as spinal stabilization.
Begin set 3.
All right, set number 3. If you'd like a variation, I invite you to stir the pot with me, which is drawing a circle in the mat, using my feet to propel me forward. This is only for advanced. Those of you whose backs are good, who want more of a challenge, your abs are nice and tight. Your plank form is not diminished. You're still keeping that straight line.
Stop exercise.
Pulling the abs in, squeezing the glutes. Great job, ladies. We have one more set. So I want you to really challenge yourself on this last set, whatever it may be. I'm going to stir the pot in the other direction. You can do a leg lift. You can be on your hands and do some mountain
Begin
climbers.
set 4.
Whatever is going to challenge you for this final set, ladies, because this is it. So I don't want anything left in the tank. We are going all out here. We are keeping those abs nice and tight, squeezing those glutes, reaching through the heels, keeping the head and neck neutral, breathing. Woo! And finishing strong, more importantly. Right here, you got this, ladies. Woo!
Stop exercise. Your training
Nice
is
job,
now complete.
ladies. Well done. Woo! All right, let's do a little cat-cow for a nice back release. So most of you know this. Hands underneath the shoulders. Shoulders are away from the ears. Knees underneath the hips. Nice tabletop position. As you inhale, you're going to raise those hips up with the chest. Head goes up and you're going to hold. Putting the back into extension. As you exhale, you're going to tuck that tailbone, draw the navel in, and drop that head and neck. Notice how my shoulders are away from my ears the whole time. All right, here we go. One more. Inhale. As you raise the hips up, raise the chest up. And exhale, drawing the navel in, tucking the tailbone, relaxing your head and neck. All right, Coming up to a standing position. Shaking those arms out. Inhaling as you cross those arms in front. Mini squat. Exhale, reaching up nice and tall to the ceiling. And let's do 2 more. Some of you still getting up there. Inhale. Exhale, reaching up nice and tall. And last one, deep breath in. Exhale, reaching up nice and tall to the ceiling. Great job, ladies. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and I hope you can get out and enjoy that sunshine.